The broadcast of the regular meeting of the Minneapolis Zoning Board of Adjustment will now begin. Chair Perry, you are still muted.
Thank you. So I'll start again. Good afternoon. Welcome to this live broadcast of our virtual meeting today, June 11th, 2020. This meeting includes the remote participation of members as authorized under the Minnesota statutes, section 13D.021, due to the declared local health pandemic. For the record, my name is Matt Perry and I'm chair of the Zoning Board of Adjustment. I'll now call this meeting to order and ask the clerk to call the roll so that we may verify the presence of quorum.
Thank you, Chair Perry. Cooper. Finlayson.
Aye.
Hutchins. Johannesson.
Aye.
Ogiba.
Here.
Perry.
Here.
Sandberg.
Here.
Softly.
Aye.
Wang.
Here.
Thank you. That's 7 members.
Okay, we have quorum. Thank you. With that, we'll proceed to our agenda, a copy of which was posted for public access to the city's legislative information management system, available at LIMS, that's lims.minneapolismn.gov. Is there a motion to approve this agenda?
So moved.
Second, this is Sandberg.
And Finlayson moved it.
Aye.
Is there any discussion on the motion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Finlayson.
Aye.
Johannesson.
Aye.
Ogiba.
Yes.
Perry.
Aye.
Sandberg.
Aye.
Softly.
Aye.
Wang.
Aye.
That's 7 yay. Thank you.
That motion passes and the agenda is approved. I believe all of the board members have seen a copy of the minutes from the May 21st, 2020 Zoning Board of Adjustment meeting. Is there a motion to approve?
Aye. Finlayson.
Second, Sandberg.
It's moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Finlayson.
Aye.
Johannesson.
Aye.
Ogiba.
Abstain. I was not at the meeting.
Thank you. Perry.
Aye.
Sandberg.
Aye.
Softly.
Aye.
Wang.
Aye.
That's 6 yay. Thank you.
And with that, the motion passes and the minutes from the Zoning Board of Adjustments May 21st, 2020 meeting are approved. Mr. Ellis, are there any petitions or communications?
Chair Perry, members of the board, there are no petitions or communications this evening. Thank you.
All right, thanks very much. Let's review the agenda. I will read the agenda number and address of the project and state whether it's slated for consent, continuance, withdrawal, return, or discussion. I'll just talk about what a couple of these things are: consent items and discussion items. Consent items are those that will be passed without discussion by the board. We will be adhering to the staff recommendation found under your agenda, under the items recommended motion section. And importantly, any applicable conditions will be listed in the same section. If you agree with this recommendation, including any applicable conditions, you need to do nothing and the board will pass it as recommended. If you disagree with the recommendation, please indicate you'd like to speak against the item when I ask, and we'll put it on the discussion agenda. As I said, we'll put on the discussion agenda and hear from staff and hear from you if you are in opposition to it. Discussion items. These are items for which the board will take public testimony, deliberate on, and make a decision. After the public testimony has been heard for each particular discussion item, I will close the public hearing for that agenda item. Once I close the public hearing for an item, no additional public testimony will be taken, but staff may be asked to address board questions. After the public hearing for an item is closed, board members will then discuss and act on motions, and the chair does not vote except in the case of a tie. So let's review what the recommended dispositions are for 4 land use requests today. Agenda item number 5 is 1001 8th Street South. Staff is recommending this item for consent. Is there anyone here who would like to speak against this item? I'm seeing no one or hearing no one. Agenda item number 6 is 2728 West Lake of the Isles Parkway. Staff is recommending this item for consent. Is there anyone who would like to speak against this item? I'm hearing no one. I do have a question, Ms. Dawkins. I have a question of you on this item.
Good evening, Chair Perry.
Usually, is this a total rebuild?
This is a new single-family dwelling.
So usually we get the number of points for that a building, a new residence is going to accumulate, but I didn't see that in the report. Did I just miss that?
No, you did not miss it. I did not include it in the report, actually.
Okay.
Because I actually didn't evaluate it for the points. So I can get you that information, and I'm fairly confident that it does meet the required design points.
Okay, that's just something that usually is in new builds. So
yeah, I mean excuse me. Yeah, it will certainly be part of the actual permit review.
Okay.
So, and I'll include it I'll note that for next time to include that in the staff report.
Very good. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Agenda item number 7 is 1936 Drew Avenue South. Staff is recommending this item for consent. Is there anyone to speak against this item? I'm hearing no one. Agenda number 8 is 5517 Lyndale Avenue South. Staff is recommending this item for consent. Is there anyone to speak against this item? I'm hearing no one. Okay. Let's review the items on the agenda for consent. There are 5, 6, 7, and 8. Is there a motion to adopt these items on consent?
Finlayson, so moved.
This is Sandberg. Second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on the motion? I'm seeing none. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Finlayson.
Aye.
Johannesson.
Aye.
Ogiba.
Yes.
Sandberg.
Aye.
Softly.
Aye.
Wang.
Aye.
That's 6 yay.
And with that, the motion passes. So if you are on the phone for agenda items number 5, number 6, number 7, or number 8, your land use requests are approved. Good luck with your projects. I'm seeing that there is no new or old business from Mr. Ellis. And with that, I think we've completed all of the items on our agenda for this meeting. I'll ask members and staff if there are any other matters to come before this meeting. Hearing none, and without objection, I will declare this meeting adjourned. Our next meeting will be June 25th, 2020. Thank you, everyone.